Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you at the Emirates after Arsenal have just won a Premier League game. Can you believe it? First time since November the 1st, and that win at Manchester United that they've picked up 3 points in the Premier League, beating Chelsea 3-1 and thoroughly deserved it as well. Really good performance from Arsenal today. Where it came from I'm not quite sure given what we've seen in recent months, but they really turned up today from the first minute and they deservedly got these 3 points. And I'm looking down at the touchline right now. Mikel Arteta's giving one of many of his TV interviews post-match. We're doing a few more before coming to speak to us in the post-match press conference, and he looks a very happy man. I can see it. I've been kind of hearing him from a distance from what he's been saying. He's been talking about the energy that his players showed and how much they deserved it and how difficult it's been for the fans, for the players the last couple of months. I mean, that will be a massive weight off his shoulders, this victory. It's no denying it. I'm sure he comes across as a cool, calm, collected kind of guy, but the pressure that's been on him and building on him in the last couple of months is results of nosedives, and it's been defeat after defeat. He'll be one relieved and happy man today, and he should be, because fair play to him, he got a lot of things right today. He's had a lot of criticism recently, and quite rightly, given the results and given some of the decisions that he's made, but he got a lot of decisions right today, some of which perhaps helped by the fact there was no Willian and David Luiz because they were ill, so he didn't have to make a tough decision with them in terms of whether they started or not. But he's still brave enough to start Emil Smith-Rowe, his first Premier League start in over a year. He went with Martinelli again despite the injury problems, and went with a really youthful attacking sort of front three behind the central striker of Lacazette, with Martinelli and Saka out wide and Smith-Rowe in number 10, and it was just a completely different Arsenal going forward. They played with verve, they played with pace and movement, creativity. I think they had 15 shots in the game, and which is more than we've seen from certainly the majority of games over the last couple of months. But it wasn't just about the shots and the chances they had. It was about the movement and the way they attacked, some of the breaks they had. We just haven't seen it from an awful long time. There was a lot to enjoy about this Arsenal performance, and I can tell by the way he's walking and the way he's talking to the media that Mikel Arteta is a very happy man, and like I said, he quite rightly should be, because this was a very good performance. From the first few minutes Arsenal were on it, you could tell they were on it. They caused Chelsea a lot of problems. Chelsea's defence couldn't really cope with the movement. Smith-Rowe was dropping off into the pockets in the number 10 role. He was pulling defenders out of position, and the runners of Saka and Martinelli were causing them problems. And this is the blueprint, I think, for Arsenal, the way they go forward. You want to see them play like this. The lethargic way they've been attacking in recent months. This has got to be the blueprint for what they do. Play Smith-Rowe in at number 10 role. I've been crying out for it for a long time. I'm a big fan of Smith-Rowe, and he showed tonight that he can more than cope with the Premier League against a very good Premier League team as well. And that's what you want to see more from Arsenal, playing with the pace and movement up front and causing teams problems, because they've been so easy to play against recently, and they were anything but easy to play against today. Some really good performances out there, and it's fair play to the senior players as well. Granit Xhaka came straight back in. I think a lot of people were disappointed about that he came straight back into the starting 11, but he was fantastic today. He scored a great goal, but it wasn't just about his free kick, it was about his all-round play. I thought Xhaka played really well. I thought Lacazette played well in that front three. Pablo Mari came into the back line. Gabriel wasn't available because he's been in close contact with someone who's got COVID and was going to miss the next 3 games, but that was a blow. But Mari performed really well in there. I thought Tierney was fantastic. It was just a really solid performance. Bernd Leno well stepping up when he needed to be, saving a penalty from Jorginho right at the end. If that had gone in, there was still 5 minutes of injury time to be played. Could have got really nervy for Arsenal, because Abraham had just pulled one back to make it 3-1. But Leno stepped up, saved the penalty, and from that moment on, Arsenal are always going to get the 3 points. And it's only moved them up to 14th place, so it's nothing to really celebrate. They're still only 6 points off relegation, but you can go into those games now against Brighton and against West Brom in the coming week with a real sort of sense of optimism and confidence that perhaps they haven't had for an awful long time. So real boost that for Arsenal. And the players, like I said, they performed the way you really wanted to see them perform. I'll go through my player ratings now for you. But Leno, you've got to give him. I thought he did really well. Leno, he made the saves that he needed to. Like I said, he made that penalty save at the exactly right time. I'm going to give Leno a 7. I thought Hector Bellerin played pretty well. He had some good positions, crossing let him down at times, especially in the first half. I thought he should have picked out Smith-Rowe better than he did for a really good chance at 0-0, but still a decent performance from Bellerin, I'll give him a 6. I thought Holding and Murray was solid, apart from at the end when he got a little bit nervy, but that's understandable given the way the results have gone. So I'll give those two a 6. Kieran Tierney I thought was excellent. I'm going to give Tierney an 8. I thought it was really, really good. I'm going to give Granit Xhaka an 8 as well. In that central midfield role, I thought he stepped up, like I said, did exactly what he needed to do, scored a goal, and was just a really solid performance. Elneny, I thought, struggled. You're lucky not to score. He hit the bar late on, but I thought he really did struggle, especially in the first half. Elneny gave the ball away. He was sort of lacking in possession. Didn't have that quality on the ball, but he did improve in the second half. I'll give Elneny a 5. Front line, thought Saka was fantastic. He's getting an 8 as well for me. Same as Xhaka and Tierney. Smith Rowe, like I said, his movement was great, playing in the number 10 role. Decent performance from Emil Smith Rowe. Got an assist for Saka's goal, albeit Saka's goal was pretty fortunate with a cross, but still give him some credit for getting into that position. And Smith Rowe got the assist for that goal. Martinelli worked his socks off, just ran. Unlucky not to score. Had one chance saved by Mendy. So I'm going to give Gabby a 6, and Lacazette as well. Scored his penalty, led the line well. I'm going to give him a 6. Right, that's it from me. I'll be back to do another video after speaking about Mikel Arteta's press conference and just going into a little bit of more detail about this one. So until then, thank you very much for watching. It's finished here. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1.